All right, guys, Coach Dell here with today's Monday Motivation. Hope you're having a great day and had a great weekend. It's Monday. Yeah, ain't that beautiful? Another start to a potentially beautiful week, if you make it that way, right? So today we're going to talk about why weight loss is temporary. That's right, weight loss is temporary. Your results are temporary until you make it permanent. You really need to understand that your results are temporary until you make it permanent, right? When you lose weight, it's temporary. It's not yours yet. It's just a loan. It's a loaner. And until you do the things that will help you to make it permanent, you need to understand. And here's the deal, right? Now, I talk to clients every week who, they say to me, Coach Dell, I've reached my goal. I think I'm going to take it from here. I can do this by myself. Well, chances are you can't. Most of the times you can't. And that's why in 30 years of doing this, I have helped a lot of clients get to their goals. And I've had, back when I was a personal trainer, I've had a lot of what I call recycled clients. The majority of my clients were recycled clients, right? I help them get to their goals and they leave. Oh, I can do this by myself. And then guaranteed a few years later, I'll get a phone call. Hey, Dell, I'm fat. I need to come back and train with you, right? Always. In 30 years, right? The majority of my clients, I've had a solid client base for a long time when I used to do training. And the majority of those clients were what I called recycled clients because I always guarantee that they will come back. Now, fast forward to my coaching clients, right? The ones who develop the long-term sustainable habits, right? Of really changing their mindsets and understanding what I'm going to share with you right now. This is important to understand. This is how you're going to maintain your results long-term, is really by understanding that when you get results, that's only a third of the puzzle, right? Your results are temporary. So when you reach your goal, and for you to tell me that, I can do it on my own right now, you're not ready to do it on your own. Chances are you're not ready to do it on your own because you've gotten to your weight goal. When you lose weight, you lose some fat, you lose water, you lose muscle. And there's the problem, right? You see the weight loss, but there's a problem, especially if you lose that weight fast. Well, you need to understand that your body is going to be working against you. And I'll talk about plateaus some other times, but plateaus are a great thing because think about it. If you were to continue to lose 2 pounds a week, ongoing, where does it stop, right? You will just wither away to nothing. So your body has to put the brakes on, and a plateau is just your body putting the brakes on. So your body will always catch up to what you're doing, and you need to understand that when you lose weight, it is temporary until you do the other two things necessary to make it permanent. Here's the first thing you must do. You must create what I call physiological adaptations. Physiological adaptations. You got to change your body from the inside out. You've got to change your physiology, your biology at the cellular level on out. If you don't do that, your results will be temporary because when you lose weight, your body is going to be fighting against you every step of the way to put that weight back on. Why? Because to you, let's say you lose 20 pounds. To you, 20 pounds is, yay, that's a great success. To your body, those 20 pounds equate to about 80,000 units of energy. That's a hell of a lot of energy, right? It's like you waking up one day and $80,000 are gone from your investment account. You'd be in a panic, wouldn't you? So if you lose those 20 pounds quickly, guess what? Your body will recruit your brain to do several things. Number one, it's going to slow down your metabolism, natural physiological response. Number two, it's going to increase your hunger hormone so that, hey, it's going to drive you to eat. It's going to decrease your fullness hormones. Why? To make you eat more because it wants you to gain that weight back. It wants that fat. You see, to your body, fat is gold. It's precious energy. It's the most precious form of energy your body has, right? It's long-term energy. And it's programmed to hoard that long-term source of energy to prevent starvation, survival. Your body wants to live. All living things want to live. Life will find a way. And that is what's going on. So weight loss to your body is not a natural thing. So your body's going to be pushing you to regain that weight. You need to understand that. So until you create physiological adaptations, how do you create physiological adaptations? Well, number one, when you lose weight, guess what? You're losing muscle tissue. Bad idea, because that also decreases your metabolism. Right? So you got to work on putting back on that muscle tissue. You got to work on, slowing down the rate at which your body loses muscle tissue. You don't want your body to lose muscle tissue. Muscle is physiologically active. So you want to be building muscle as you're going along, so you reduce the possibility of losing muscle tissue. Well, you will lose muscle tissue, but you want to, minimize how much muscle tissue you're losing in the process. There's no way of losing fat without losing water and muscle tissue. You just want to minimize how much muscle tissue you're losing. And how do you do that? Well, you got to be pumping some iron. You got to be lifting some weights. You got to be doing resistance training. You've got to be changing the composition of your body, right? You got to be putting on some muscle as you're losing fat. That is how you create physiological adaptation. You got to change your body from the inside out. You've got to change your fitness level. You change your fitness level, you are a different person, right? Now your body is more efficient at fat burning, right? Someone who is very fit will automatically burn more calories just sitting down listening to me talking than someone who is out of shape. The fitter you are, the more calories your body is burning. Right? The more muscle tissue you have in your body, the more calories your body is burning. So guess what? That's going to make it easier for you to maintain your results over the long term. So you keep working on these things, and guess what? Your body is going to maintain your weight loss easier, because you're creating physiological adaptation. You're changing your physiology from the inside out. You're changing your body at the cellular level. Well, you build muscle tissue. Well, you're changing your muscle cells. You're changing your muscle fibers. You're changing your body structure. And that's what you want. You're changing your physiology. When you get fit, you're able to do, higher levels of work. Guess what? You're changing your physiology. Your heart can work. You can work harder without your heart working as hard to supply oxygen to your working muscles. You're changing your physiology. That is what you want. That's what I call physiological adaptation, right? Very important. You want to get active, right? A lot of people, we talk about exercise, and a lot of people mistakenly think that, exercise is the most important thing. Well, no, getting active is the most important thing, because guess what? You can burn far more calories throughout the day getting active than you can doing a workout. Even if you're working out intensely for 30 to 60 minutes a day, guess what? Doing 10,000 steps a day, you're burning far more calories than working out for 30 to 60 minutes a day, because a lot of people overestimate the amount of calories they burn during exercise. And let's face it, unless you're really at the elite level, you're not really burning a whole lot of calories during exercise. I burn a lot of calories during exercise because I've got a lot of lean muscle tissue for the body to support. Someone at my level will burn a lot of calories doing intense workouts. Someone at a beginner level, not so much, right? So you will burn a lot more calories being active throughout the day. That's why I always recommend, hey, let's focus on getting 5K to 10K steps every day. Hey, that's the equivalent of walking about 4 miles. That is a lot of activity. You stay active, and you're helping to change your physiology, right? You work out for 30, 60 minutes a day, and you sit around all day working at your desk. Guess what? We call you an active couch potato, because you're negating a lot of the good things you're doing by being inactive and sedentary all day long, right? So you got to change your fitness level. You change your physiology, right? Here's the next thing you need to do. You create physiological adaptation. The next important part of making your results permanent, you got to recruit your brain to come along by making new habits, what I call brush your teeth habits. You got to create brush your teeth habits. If those habits aren't permanent, then guess what? You're just going to revert right back to what you've always done. Why? Because 95% of your habits are unconscious. You don't really know what the hell you're doing on a daily basis because only 5% of the things you do are conscious. The other 95% are habits that your brain just go through automatically when triggered. So you have no idea 95% of the time what you're doing. So the more you make these conscious habits, brush your teeth habits. Brush your teeth habits are things you don't have to think about. They just happen automatically. Your new habits have to become brush your teeth habits. Well, guess what? That takes time. That's not going to happen in 2 months or 3 months or 6 months. It takes time. So we need to do some work to solidify these new habits. When you lose 20, 30, 50 pounds, my friends, it's temporary. Your body's going to catch up with you unless you recruit your brain to come along and help you to make it permanent by creating brush your teeth habits. We'll talk more about how to make that happen. So keep in mind, when you lose the weight, when you get to your ideal weight, that is only temporary. To stay there, you got to make sure that you're also creating physiological adaptations, number one. And number two, you've got to recruit your brain to come along by turning your new habits into brush your teeth habits. All right, I hope this has been helpful. So get out there and pump some weight, get active, and change your body from the inside out. Forget about the damn scale and focus on that dumbbell in your hand. Focus on your fitness level. Focus on getting fitter, stronger, better. When you do that, that is how you make your results permanent. Catch you next time.